We're here for a new type of video we've never done before. Obviously, if you saw the title and the thumbnail, you know what we're going to be talking about today. Do a Lego Batman retrospective, 2006 to 2008.
The saying they don't make them like they used to, I think applies to this theme very well.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
This theme is a classic, and there's so much about it that I think these sets do a better job at encapsulating Batman than pretty much any of the modern sets. They just have such a gothic vibe to them that I really appreciate.
Yeah, I think the quality of the builds, I think you're going to see later on. We got the figures. So, San Diego Comic-Con 2008. Or, sorry, 2006. That's wrong. I'll change that right now.
Clarification. So there's a different... So the one you have on screen, that's from 2008. There was a different SDCC one. It's the one that is on the other side. It doesn't show the figures.
Okay.
That's 2005.
Okay. Because I've seen other people report that the first one was from 2006 or
Yeah,
2005 stuff. Okay.
Yeah, so
okay.
the one on the left.
Oh,
is
you're right. You're right. It's the one that opens up and has them hanging. Yes. Okay. You're right. So, based off eBay listings, from what I can see, people are selling this for around $3,000, $2,500, $3,000. So absolutely crazy. There were only 250 made of this piece. So yeah, definitely really cool to have. So I do apologize. Yes, the one on the left. It's very confusing because I've seen other people say that. So we'll just go with that. But yes, these are, as promotional medias go, these are definitely from that theme, from that era.
This reminds me of what they did for Indiana Jones. You remember what they did for Indiana Jones?
I believe I remember they had the thing with Han Solo and then Indiana Jones. Yeah. They also did something similar when they brought the theme back in 2012. They had the
those are
the news
exclusive to this
poster.
day.
So there's actually one for sale on eBay right now of those, and that one's $1,100. So, as you guys know, Lego doesn't really do Comic-Con stuff anymore, but I wish they did because it really is. It is a cool thing. It's a cool thing they used to do.
I miss now. Well, what happened is I feel like they started getting a lot of people upset when they gave away exclusive minifigs.
Yeah.
Which I could understand why that would upset people. But to be honest, I think if they wanted to do San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, they should just do stuff like this again.
Yeah, because you're not losing on exclusivity, but it's still a cool piece to have. It's promotional media. Especially for this theme, it's really cool. If you guys do have this thing, comment below, let us know how you got it, but definitely really cool. But yeah, we'll get into the sets, guys. So obviously, I featured 4 sets. Now, obviously, 2006 was the year we got the most sets out of. I can legitimately say, I believe this is the best Batboat we've ever gotten. I think this is one of the best Batmobiles we've ever gotten, and I think this is arguably the best Batwing we've ever gotten. If you ever seen this thing on display, dude, it's sweet.
I've been wanting to get that Batwing in particular for a super long time, and to be honest, I think a lot of this stuff was I think the Batmobile may have gotten beaten recently.
Yeah, but I think it's still a solid Batmobile.
And I think the Batwing might have gotten beaten recently, but I personally like the look of the 89 one more.
Okay.
But
yeah,
I think this is really good, and this one's massive.
It is. It's huge. It comes with a display stand, too.
And something else crazy about these sets is how... Now, obviously, these aren't adjusted for inflation or anything, but how cheap they were.
Yes.
So just some prices here. The Catwoman set was only $10. The Batboat was $20. The Two-Face Chase was $30, and the Batwing was $50, which is kind of insane. How that's how much would that be? How much money would you need to have to get all of them? I think would it be less than 100? I think it'd actually be exactly 100 to get all these sets.
I wish, dude. I wish I could go back in time. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. So, if you guys aren't aware, these sets sealed on the aftermarket for years now. This is nothing new. They go for a lot. Even the Catwoman set, brand new, averages around $140 around there. So, if you guys do have these, man, hold on to these. You know, these are really cool pieces to have. But the vehicles we get, like, we're never gonna get another Two-Face truck like that. The Killer Croc like speeder, like
I love it. And what's cool is these were all in the video game.
Yes, and I think that adds to the coolness factor of it for sure. I think there's even cooler vehicles we'll get in a minute, but dude, they nailed these.
I think there's something to be said about the modern like lack of like villain vehicles and Lego Batman sets.
Oh, 100%. It's also the lack of villains. We don't get
villains too. Yeah.
We don't get Two-Face, Killer Croc. We don't get these guys anymore. We get the Joker. It's kind of
funny because they revealed that that like combo pack with the Lego Batman sets, and it's just Joker and Batman.
It is.
It's two of Joker and two of Batman. It's kind of funny. Because, and I don't know if it's because they're trying too hard to make everything based off the movies, and that's why because they don't have any villain vehicles. But something I really appreciate about these sets and what Lego used to do with themes like this is none of these sets, they're inspired by a whole bunch of different pieces of Batman media. They're inspired by the '89 stuff, the animated series. You got a little bit of Dark Knight in there, a little bit of like classic comics, but Lego took all that stuff and made something new out of it. Versus what they do now, where they just will try to make something directly based off a movie, which is cool, but I kind of miss the creativity that some of these sets had, because despite not being based off of any specific piece of Batman media, you could see all the inspiration it gets from all kinds of Batman media, and it just encapsulates Batman, I feel like.
100%. Yeah. The other thing is every single one of these sets has a vehicle for the villain. The Joker's not just standing on a street, which is often what we see nowadays. The Joker helicopter is the best version of that vehicle we've got. I think they've done, 2 of them now, but...
yeah, they've done 2. They did 1 for the...
I think the second one was worse than this.
Yeah, I think this one's better.
Yeah. Another thing, I don't know if you guys know, so listen, I really want a lot of these sets still. I want to get that Batmobile, but the interesting about the Batboat is that it actually has these cool rubber pieces on it that I've never seen before in any other set. I don't know if they were ever included anything else, but that set's really neat. Like, they actually went out of their way to design, new pieces, new designs for these things. And it just, you got a lot of what you're paying for. Like, you look at the Batmobile set, for example, $30 there, and you get 2 vehicles. You even get a lamppost, which nowadays, you're lucky if you even get a vehicle for the villain, bro. They were giving you lampposts back then.
Yeah.
Now we only get those in Star Wars, so...
Yeah.
Just looking at this...
that big missile. The big missiles that they used to...
The big missile, dude.
Super-powered mega missiles.
Yeah, and these sets were just great. Yeah. So I think that was the April 2006 wave. Let's get into the next wave, which has probably the most iconic set. June 2006.
Yes.
This is the best version of the Batcave I think we've ever gotten.
Yes, they somehow have managed to... They've made... How many Batcaves have they made?
There was this one. There was 2012. There was 2019.
The 66 one and the Lego Batman movie
66
right?
one, Lego Batman movie. There's also the Batman.
Yeah, the Batman.
And the Shadow Box.
Yeah.
We're not counting 4+.
Yeah, within so that's 6 Batcaves. Not a single one I think has come near touching how good this one is.
What I'll say is the closest thing to compare though are probably the 2012 and 2019. Like, those are like the similar play sets ideas, but 100%.
Unfortunately, that we could have gotten something like this instead of the Shadow Box, which I think a lot of people wanted. Last year, when there were rumors that we were getting a new Batcave, pretty much everybody, I think, pictured a set like this 2006 one, but on steroids, and unfortunately, we did not get that. But no, this set is so good. It looks so big, and it's so fun. There's so much fun little things in it. They made sure to include one of those big missiles. They have the Batman transformation feature. But again, even with this set, there's inspirations from so much different pieces of Batman media.
That Bat computer, dude.
That Bat computer is iconic because it showed up in a couple stop motions that we'll talk about later.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and this set goes for quite a bit now. At the time, this set was This set was $90 when it came out.
That's crazy. Absolutely.
Now on Bricklink, if you want to get one used, it'll be an average of $400 used currently, and new $1,300 if you want this.
I believe it.
New and sealed. And plus, we got like probably our most iconic Alfred figure ever too in this.
I think it's the best Alfred, bro. I think it's amazing. You could say I'm blind by nostalgia, bro, but that Alfred.
No, I think this Alfred it's just a classic Alfred. I think the only Alfred I might like more than this one is the one from the Lego Batman movie, because that one.
Yeah, that one's really good too.
That one's kind of like a remake of this figure, to be honest. Like
similar, yeah. You're gonna think what you got in this, dude. You you get the Robin, was that jet ski? You get the penguin. You get a miniature penguin boat, which is really cool. You got Mr. Freeze, Alfred, Bruce Wayne, which this is the only set we ever got Bruce Wayne, Alfred, and this is the only set with Robin with the hair, I believe.
Yeah, because the next set he's in has a different hairpiece.
Yeah, which is actually crazy.
You
also get the Mr. Freeze goon, or it's a penguin goon. So, pretty neat.
I kind of miss the classic goons, to be honest.
I do. I really like them. And the last time we ever got a goon for a figure, I believe, was the Two-Face truck set from 2012. Oh, we also got some Joker ones.
We got a couple Joker ones tossed in there.
I think you're right. I think we have gotten a few Joker ones. We get everything Joker, though. On the right, though, we do have the first iteration of a UCS Batmobile. As a kid, I was never really truly a fan of this set. I don't know. It never seemed...
This is probably the weakest out of the original Batman sets. And this set is highly inspired by the animated series Batmobile. And somehow, in 2006, they managed to get the color correctly, which is, I don't know how they messed it up in 2024. But, just to double check, just to get my references, this is like very close to the animated series Batmobile.
It's definitely got the windshield area. I see it. You know what's also really cool about this one is the wheels. I think they nailed those. Listen, this thing isn't perfect, but for the time, dude, this thing isn't even half bad. It's just definitely blocky though.
It's study. There's too many studs.
It's a piece. It is. Yeah, it's a piece of its time.
Like if you take this Batmobile and you compare it to the one from 2019, the Tim
the 89 one, dude,
which might be the best Batmobile ever made. Out of
I'm looking at it right now. I love that stuff.
It blows one out of the water. But for 2006, I think it looks all right. Just too much studs. I think it needed. And also, it's weird that it doesn't have an actual windshield piece on it. It's just like nothing there.
Yeah, I think the other flaw of this thing for me is the front of it. I never was a fan of that. I thought it looked weird.
I also want to talk about the boxes ththemselves.
Yeah, dude, the box art for these sets are just awesome, man.
They have that what I like about Batman so much in this world is how gothic it is. And they have that all over that is front and center on these boxes. The art in the back, how dark it is, how gritty. It's almost kind of I guess spooky, It
is. It gives you the Gotham look. And
not even just the picture, but even the Lego Batman logo. That logo is iconic.
It is. It is. No, they added a feel to these sets that were definitely. I mean, you got to think this is the first time we ever got a we got the Spider-Man sets, but it wasn't on this level. I feel like this was truly a dedicated theme. Even some of those Spider-Man sets were kind of, I don't know. They weren't they were cool, but they weren't as dedicated. I feel as this. You had to really invent something.
This theme kind of opened the door for what we're going to see in the future with DC superheroes, Marvel superheroes.
Yep.
It kind of started here, which is kind of interesting to think about.
Yeah. But yeah, this was June 2006, and there was one more 2006 set that is very iconic. It has lots of exclusive minifigures. And dude, what a time to be alive in 2006. We got our first ever Arkham Asylum. Listen, this set, build is not the best Arkham Asylum we ever got. That would be 2012. However, this thing is still iconic. I think everything about it is just it gives me hints of Harry Potter too. Like I like how they designed it.
I think what I'll say about this Arkham Asylum is it's not the best built Arkham Asylum, but I think it's the most creepy looking Arkham Asylum.
I 100% agree. I 100% agree.
It looks. I think as much as because I agree. I think the 2012 Arkham Asylum or 2013 one is the best Arkham Asylum so far. But I do think that the brown on Arkham, when the time comes, hopefully that they decide they want to do a new Arkham Asylum, I really hope they go back to the brown because I think it looks way better.
Dude, and look at the box art, dude. This thing's just creepy looking.
Oh yeah, look at the trees in the background. Look at how creepy looking they are. You got the smoke, like the.
It reminds me of the graveyard set from Harry Potter that came out. I mean, what, 2 years before this? So like, dude, Lego was kicking it with those box arts back then, man. They really set an atmosphere. Oh, you were lagging out, man. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right, cool. I can hear you now. There you go. Were you gonna say something?
No, I just said you got the moon there too.
Oh yeah, you got the moon.
Bat signal in the background. Yeah, it's just really, really cool.
So, if you guys don't know, this is the only set to include Poison Ivy and Nightwing. I believe that's the only figure. Yeah, because everything else.
If we don't include the guards.
Yeah, I guess the guards too. This was our first appearance of Scarecrow, which I believe is the second best Lego Batman figure. Arguably the best. It arguably might be my favorite one. I don't know, dude. I go back on this all the time, dude. I think my top three, though, is I love the original Gray Batman. I do like the Joker, though, too. But I really love Scarecrow, and I really like Nightwing. So I think two of the best figures we've ever gotten here. That Nightwing just is never gonna... that figure is just always gonna be one of my favorites. It's just...
That's crazy. This set's $80. This set was $80 when it came out.
Really?
Yeah, so pretty much, like, if this set came out today and it would be right next to the Sarlacc pit.
That's actually insane, though. That's a crazy thing to say.
This set at the time was the same price as the current Sarlacc pit.
This set today would be $160, dude.
Yeah.
Listen, as much as I want a new Batcave, I'm worried they'd screw it up. I'd rather them make a brand new, like, UCS style Arkham Asylum, dude. In like imagine a modular Arkham Asylum.
So I think if they ever make an Arkham Asylum, what I want them to do, because they're already doing it right now, I want an animated series Arkham Asylum. With some brand new villains.
They have to. It's an excuse for them to make the villains finally.
Yeah, because what I like really quickly is I think this Arkham Asylum itself was pretty inspired by that Arkham Asylum from the animated series. Because if you look at the Arkham Asylum, it has a really distinct look to it in the animated series. I would love to get that. I'd either want an Arkham Asylum based off of the game Batman Arkham Asylum, or an Arkham Asylum based on the animated series. I feel like either of those would be really neat to get.
Tell me if I'm wrong. I don't know. It's different. It's definitely different. I was gonna say the gate. Like, the sign font, they made similar to the animated series. I don't think it's the same, though.
I'm looking at it right now, the animated series gate. No,
it gives the same vibe, though.
It does, yeah. It's the animated series gate's a pretty unique look, so it'd be really hard for Lego to do. But it does have, the same, I guess, is it font? Is that not really font?
But I don't think it's the same font. I think it's, but it's the same style of font, if that makes sense.
The only thing is if they remade the Arkham Asylum... Because I guess this isn't really talking about the 2006, but I think something interesting is the Arkham Asylum we got in 2012 is based off of the game a lot. Well, this is based off the animated series, so I wonder which one we'd get. I wonder which type we'd get.
I think, if they're on an animated series run right now, we're probably gonna most likely get that.
That's what I would like to see.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't think we're gonna get that though. I think we're going to get the Batman 2 sets.
Lucky.
Is the Batman 2 next year?
No, it's 2026.
Oh, God.
There is no new Batman media coming out next year, I think. I don't think there's any new stuff. I mean, there's Superman stuff, but it looks like they're doing... between this year and last year, it looks like they're doing one Batman D2C a year, maybe. I hope.
Well, last year we had the Shadow
The
Box.
Shadow Box, and I don't think we
This year
have
we had
anything in 2022.
2022.
Actually,
I don't think we did.
we're getting 2 Batman DLCs this year because we're also getting the Batmobile from 66.
Yes. Although that one technically I don't think it's D2C.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. So if they are doing one per year, though, I hope they need to do what Marvel's doing. Marvel's got it right now with the big, massive, like buildable, like D2C, buildings.
Yeah.
I don't know why they don't do that instead of trying to do all these like. I mean, I really like the animated series Art Deco set for what it is, but I'd be lying if I didn't. If I like, I would much rather have a Batcave or an Arkham Asylum over that if I had to choose, like a proper Arkham Asylum or a proper Batcave.
100%.
But or even a Wayne Manor. I mean, it's kind of crazy that we haven't gotten a Wayne like a proper Wayne Manor, not like the one from the Batman.
I got the Joker one, yeah.
Yeah, like but I would really like to see them. I really hope next year they do a remake of. I feel like Arkham Asylum eventually will have. They have to do it eventually. It's probably is it the second most iconic like location in Batman? Maybe besides the Batcave.
Probably.
Maybe even more iconic. Honestly, I don't know. Those two are like tied.
Well, anyways, the other cool thing which we would see in future Batcaves is it actually gave you spots to put villains that weren't in the set, which is a really cool thing. I don't know. It's just I like when sets do stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, that's something that the 2012 one also did, which I really liked.
Yeah. So, anyways, this is a really cool set for what it is. But 2007, this is when we're kind of getting to the end of it. Because we only got 2 sets in 2007. And this was August. Both of these sets, though, I think are certified bangers.
Yeah, I really like both of these, but both of these are really hard to get a hold of right now.
These are arguably the 2 hardest sets to get. Maybe the Batcave is pretty hard to get, but I feel like I see the Batcave more than I see these anywhere else. So for perspective, in the Scarecrow biplane is just, dude, it can't be beat. The Scarecrow set retailed for $30, 293 pieces. So, hey, dude, really good price per part.
The only problem I have with this Scarecrow set is that the mission in Lego Batman is my least favorite mission in that game.
Yeah, that's true. However, I still love it. The Bat Tank set, which is it's such a unique set. Like, this would never get made under any circumstances today.
Well, we actually did get a remake of it.
Well, I mean, like, in this context. If that makes sense. And I mean today. Even then, we were still getting DC kind of back then, but... This set was $50, by the way, for 645 pieces, so actually really good price per part. This is the only set to include Bane.
Yeah, and this is... So the Bat Tank is, I believe, based off of... Yeah, Dark Knight Returns is when where the Bat Tank showed up. And that's what this vehicle is based off of. I don't know how accurate it is to its appearance in the comics, but that's because like I feel like you would think that the Bat Tank is something Lego made up. It's actually not. The Bat Tank is very much an actual Batman vehicle that exists in the comics that he uses. But it's crazy to think that this was $50, and the one thing that I can't like I keep looking at is you see that look at that big Gatling gun on that tower, dude. Look.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, so you got the gate included with like this thing was just so awesome, dude. Like we're never gonna get this again. Something like this, dude. Listen, guys, I know you guys always petition for Star Wars and stuff. And listen, Star Wars has its issues, but we're still getting great Star Wars stuff at the end of the day. Yeah,
DC is in a way worse state than it. It's probably out of all the licensed themes Lego has, it's like in their making currently, I'd say DC is probably the one that's in the worst state out of any of them.
Yeah, I would have to agree.
Because I can't think of another like theme that gets so neglected. It has so much potential.
The Riddler with the jetpack is awesome, dude. Listen, these sets were great. Great value you got out of them. This is also the year the Blue Batman came out, which is the only figure I'm missing out of all of these figures. He's the only one I'm missing, so definitely one I'd like to get. He's about $60-$70. That's the other thing you're going to see when we get through the figure section. These figures, you know, these sets are expensive. The figures are expensive, and as
Um,
many of you know, Bane is the most expensive figure. That's why
so
this set, used or new, is extremely a lot of
I think
money.
it might be more expensive than the Batcave actually.
This set, sealed, it probably
Oh,
is.
it's a little bit less because like at least from what I'm looking at, because I'm looking at Brick Set and the Batcave
Brookset
was
is a little behind, I believe.
are they? Because this is about so it's still $1,000 new on average, which is not cheap at all. But
So
the Batcave is a bit more.
when I did my first Bane video on my Instagram, Bane averaged around $117. I did a Bane video about a few days back, about a week ago, and his average is around 200. It was like 250, I think. It was in that range, 220 maybe. So I don't know for what reason Bane shot up in price, but I'm happy I have him though. I mean, that's good, but definitely, dude. Listen, the back again with the atmosphere of these sets. You got the Gotham skyline in the Scarecrow one, but dude, you're back to that like forest from Arkham Asylum, dude. Like
Yeah.
they're never gonna do something like that again. It's just awesome, dude. It's awesome.
Am I correct? Am I so? Isn't the Lego Bat Tank like the most OP vehicle in Lego Batman
It probably
video game?
is.
Isn't it like the final like vehicle you unlock?
I think it is. It might be.
About the
I might
logos,
be wrong on that, but that sounds right.
because I remember like playing as the Bat Tank and feeling like I was unstoppable. And it was the first time I enjoyed the vehicle missions in the.
Yeah, dude, it's like
In
something
the,
out of GTA, bro.
you could just blow crap up as the Bat Tank, and it's like pretty much. Oh yeah, so let's see, Bat Tank. Okay, I'm looking. I'm looking up. I'm looking it up on Wikipedia on the Lego Games wiki right now. Oh yeah, available for purchase after completing all the episodes. So this is like the final thing you got.
Yeah, and that probably includes all the villain
Dang.
ones too.
It costs 200,000 studs, dude. Cha-ching,
Well,
dude.
if you have a stud multiplier, then it's nothing.
Yeah, but what if you don't?
Anyways, that was 2007. That was it. That's all we got for 2007. And luckily, we did get more sets. This was not the end of the theme. With a pretty, I don't know, would you say pretty important movie in 2008 that came out?
Yes.
I'd say it's pretty important. To coincide with the release of The Dark Knight, we got a small wave. And what I like here that they did is not all these sets are. I mean, technically, none of these are really based off The Dark Knight except one.
It's like loosely
kind
based off. I guess two, because I mean that's kind of like the Batpod, right? Isn't the Harley Quinn one?
I never even thought of that.
It kind of
I
gives
guess.
the Batman vibes a little bit.
It does. It does. I never even considered that.
I actually
Now,
had two.
my favorite set here. It might be a hot take. My favorite set here is the Penguin submarine. I think that's awesome.
For me, it's probably the Harley truck. It would have been before 2021. It was always the Tumbler, but I actually think the Tumbler in 2021 kind of like blows his old one out of the water.
Dude, for so long, dude, that Tumbler, like, I feel like people praised that thing. It was one of the most expensive sets for Lego Batman. Actually, it's one of the cheaper ones now. The most valuable thing in that set is actually the ice cream truck.
Yeah, I want to get that ice cream truck even on its own just to have it, because I do. That is the one thing that the new Tumbler was missing, is like another vehicle to go with it.
Yeah. Which is why I wish the new Tumbler had.
Did you have any of these sets, by the way?
Do I have any of them?
Did you have any like as a kid? Because I had two of them.
I did not. It was like, see, so I was 4 years old when these came out, and I wish so it sucks because I have Star Wars sets from this era, but this was like right before, like, they retired probably right before I got into them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
yeah,
I wish, dude.
I remember very
my
vividly.
first Star Wars sets were around when I was that age, you know. So
very vividly, I got that Mr. Free set at Toys R Us back in the day. I remember.
Really?
I remember looking in that aisle and grabbing that.
What was the other one you had?
The Penguin one.
Oh, dude, I want that set so bad. Do you still have it?
No, it's like in a million pieces now.
Bro,
it's never being recovered again.
I want that Penguin set badly, dude.
Well,
like,
honestly,
if I can pick one out here, I'd get the Penguin set.
You have all the figs that are in that set, right?
I have every single fig in the screen.
You can probably get the build for pretty cheap.
I have, so like I said, I have every fig except the blue Batman now. The builds on these are not the most intricate things. I do want to try to get some of the builds.
Let's
But
see.
yeah, the penguin boat is the killer one because of the stickers on it, and I don't know if it's printed on the penguin. I think it might be.
I'm pretty sure it's a sticker. From what I could recall, having it a super long time ago,
Yeah.
it was a sticker. I'm about to look though and see what the price would be to get like a used one of those penguin subs, like without.
Oh yeah, I just want that sub, dude.
Yeah.
Nothing else, dude. Because I have 2 penguins. Actually, I have a duplicate penguin. I have one from when I was a kid that I got later on, and then I got one recently that's like mint condition.
So you can get on Brickset right now, or Bricklink right now. You could get one for, I think it's $35. It looks like.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So I'm looking at it right now. It says incomplete. It's incomplete. Complete set with only penguin and penguin minifigs. But penguin has a crack on his back of his torso, but that wouldn't matter to you because you already got that fig. So. But the prints are in great shape. No instructions are boxed. So I mean, hey, if you want to look, it's a USA.
Oh, dude, I might grab that. I'm not even
if
kidding.
you want to snag that for $35, I don't blame you.
I might grab that. I'm not even. That's a great find. I'm gonna have to buy that before we post this.
Yeah, you might have to.
Another fun thing.
No one else knows about it.
So another fun thing, actually, I will say, I didn't have a picture of it included, but a lot of the promotional images for the set, and if you're on Bricklink right now, you can see it. The Robin hairpiece is the wrong one. I don't know.
Is it really?
It is. If you want to look it up, go for it.
Oh, are you talking about the hairpiece he has in that set?
No, the hairpiece, like in the preliminary images. It's not preliminary. It's a real image on. It's on Bricklink.
Well, like
right?
the renders, like the rendered.
Yeah, it's got the wrong hairpiece.
Which one?
So for guys who don't know, it's the. It's the
yeah. Yeah, I didn't even know that. That's kind of funny. Yeah, he has a Riddler
hairpiece. I noticed this years back. So definitely a really cool fact. I don't know. I noticed that. So yes, but that's that. That's this was the last wave we got. The Harley Quinn truck's really cool too.
It's really nice. Might be my favorite out of all these 2008 ones. Might be the Harley Quinn truck, just because it's the only one I haven't really remade. Well, I guess I haven't remade a Penguin sub either. But it also showed up in Lego Batman too.
You're right. Overall, though, guys, these are just great. These are great sets. But that was it. That was the last sets we got.
One more thing is how cheap all these sets were. Like, in just the array, like, something that Lego doesn't do as much now is we got 2 Batman sets this year, right? No, not 2. We got more than 2, right? Like, main system sets. How many did we get this summer?
You mean, like... Wait, what were you saying?
Like, how many Lego Batman sets did we get this summer? Like, I think we got 4.
We have the Art Deco. You count that. We have the Batmobile. You have the 4+ set. I think that's it.
So, what's the cheapest one out of all those?
I think it's the 4+ set.
And that set is, I'm about to look it up.
Oh, was it 40?
That set's $35.
$35, okay.
Now, something Lego used to do that they don't do anymore, unfortunately, is they used to make $10 Lego. Now they make, there's a Batman mech, which, is fine.
Oh yeah, the mech. I forgot about we got the Bat Pod.
Yeah, the Bat Pod's construction figure. But look at that Mr. Freeze set right there. If you're a kid and you're on a budget, that is a perfect set for you. You get a villain and you get a hero and you get builds for each. They don't do that anymore, which I really, really, really do not like.
They don't do anything like this. There's nothing for kids to get in the theme.
Marvel did it this year with the Spider-Man like Doc Ock set, which was actually really cool.
And I think another set they're kind of Marvel's doing it with the Iron Man set too, which is a really good set.
But that set's $20. I'm talking like the really cheap, like $10 sets.
You're right. The Doc Ock set, yeah.
Like, and they don't do that with DC anymore. If you're a kid and you want Lego Batman and you got like maybe $15 in your allowance money, you're out of luck. You could get a Batman mech, but as a kid, how much fun are you going to have with a Batman mech when you have no one else, no other characters to really play with? they're kind of fixing that next year because they're doing the Superman and Lex Luthor mech.
Well, this is the thing: is even if without the cheap sets, dude, even buying the expensive sets, there's really one character you got for the most part.
Yeah. Well, like so. Even so let's say that you're not let's say you're a 6-year-old kid, right? So you're not getting the 4+ sets anymore. What Batman sets are you gonna get besides the Batmech in like the overpriced Batmobiles? Like, I mean,
I think Lego is kicking themselves right now, dude. With some of these,
they need to stop with these construction figures because not just do they look hideous, but they only ever make, with a couple exceptions, there's like 1 or 2 exceptions, they only ever make the heroes and they never make the villains. So how are you supposed to play with these?
Mm-hmm.
Like, the whole point of action figures is that you have a bunch of different ones and you can play with them all. Like, you have, like, if you're at a store and you're shopping for a Batman action figure, you could get your Joker, you could get your Scarecrow, you could get your Batman, your Robin, you could have a friend over or a couple friends, you could all play with them, okay? Or you play with them by yourself. But with these construction figures, with these DC ones and these Marvel ones, it's like, cool, you could build a Batman, but then what do you do afterwards? Because these, I have a hard time believing these are made for adults. Like, I don't know a lot of adults who really want these. They don't look very good on display.
I'm talking about these sets right here?
I'm talking about the construction ones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the construction ones, because I'm just like, they're wasting spots in the superhero line, and now they're affecting DC and Batman in particular.
Yeah. I don't know. Lego has tried to do buildable figures over the years, and they just have not.
Like, I'm looking at this Batpod, I would unironically just prefer you take out the Batman figure, make it like $40, include a plaque, and just make it the Batpod. Like, seriously.
I think it would sell better.
Like,
I don't think a kid wants that, dude. They'd want a real action figure over that.
Yeah, because who are these actually made for? Because they're not. At least with the Spider-Man ones, you had a Green Goblin figure too. But like with these Batman ones, like, yeah, you have 2 Batmans, but you have no Joker, no anyone. You don't have any. Like, I know it's hard to make them make a Joker one of these guys, but maybe they should just stop making the construction figures and make actual.
No, you're 100% correct. They just don't do it. They don't do it anymore. I thought we could go into the figures because for a lot of people like me, these are the definitive Batman figures, man. These are just.
When I think of Lego Batman, this is what I think of.
You said what?
I said when I think of Lego Batman figures, these are what I think of. I don't think of the new ones.
100%. Yeah. Yep. These are. I think we got some of the best iteration. Okay, I've said this before. I think this is the best Joker we've ever gotten.
I think it's the most iconic. I mean, I think objectively, there are some better Joker figures out there. I think the Dark Knight ones are both pretty good. Okay, I mean, as a comic book Joker. Yeah, it's like a classic Joker.
I really like. Okay, the new ones just look like they look too Jokery. If you know what I'm saying. I think this dude looks like a menace. This dude's a menace.
They look too goofy. Yeah, they don't look. They don't look scared. I don't know. They don't look. Yeah, they look too. It's just, what is sanitized the word to use? They look too kiddish. I don't know.
I agree. Listen, and then this is I don't know if this is a hot take. Okay, and this might be nostalgia. You can say whatever you want. But listen, arguably yes, we've gotten a better Scarecrow, but I still think this is the best Scarecrow. I don't know, man. Listen, we've definitely got the one that came in the Batman movie sets.
Yeah,
those are probably the best. That one's probably the best. However, this Scarecrow is awesome. Killer Croc is a figure we've never gotten anything like before.
Yeah, it's because I
red eyes, dude.
Killer Croc fig again because now.
Listen, Lego is starting to put those new eyes on all the Star Wars characters, man. The only character that had it right was Killer Croc, man. Those red eyes are awesome. We also had
the Croc again.
This is the best Harley Quinn, though. I honestly think it is. I'm so serious.
I really like the new animated series one, but
I think that one's very good.
Is the eyes on this Harley Quinn figure are kind of perfect.
That's what I'm saying. It carries the figure.
Clearly based off the animated series, because I think at the time, I don't know how, because Harley Quinn's a lot bigger of a character now, but I don't know how big of a character she really was back in 2006, because she was still.
I just realized she's exclusive to that set.
Yeah, that's the only set she was in, but like those eyes are like, if you look at the eyes on that figure and then you look at the Harley Quinn from the animated series, it's like they were taken directly from.
Oh yeah.
Like, those are so good. I do really like this new Harley Quinn, but I have to admit there are some big benefits to the. I think the head's better on the new one, for sure, or the old one, I mean.
Yeah, yeah. I think the color shading on the new one's nicer. I will say. Is that figure in the Batmobile?
Yeah, and the animated series Skyline.
Yeah. Another character I'll say that I think is the best. I think this is the best. Okay, like, you can say whatever you want. I think this is one of the better Robins we've got. Consider they don't do Robin much anymore. Listen, I know we've got more detailed ones, but I think this one just, like, hits, dude. Like, I don't know.
I actually really like the one from 2012.
Oh, the red one?
The red and the one with, like, the black. The one with the black, like, cape.
I like it, but I always found it kind of boring.
Well, this is more of a classic Robin. That's more of, like, that was, like, more of, like, a, I guess, like, modern Robin. The one that's in, like, the 2012. But I do like, in terms of like a classic Robin, I do really like this.
No, there's definitely been figures we've gotten better of. I know people argue that that's the best Bane. I think it's the best minifigure Bane.
I think it's the best Bane. I think it might be the best Bane though.
I think the best Bane's the big fig.
From the
Batman movie. I think that's probably the coolest Bane. But this is definitely one of the best Banes. Figures we've definitely gotten better of. I think we've gotten better Penguins. I think that's just like a fact. We've definitely gotten better Poison Ivy's 100%. The Poison Ivy in the Lego Batman movie set's a really great figure.
Really good.
Yeah, we've gotten better Batmans. I mean, that's just obvious. The Dark Knight one has been improved on pretty much.
I think though the gray one still holds up remarkably.
Oh, I agree. I think. Okay, let me make an argument here. I think the black one is the best black Batman we've ever gotten.
Yeah, I think if we are including the Tim Burton one from the Batmobile.
Dude, I mean, I think the cowl on this looks nicer than that one.
I really
not
like
the rubber one, not the rubber one.
I'm talking about the Tim Burton one from the big 2019 Batmobile.
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
See, that one's really good. I love that figure too, but I think as a black Batman, like, okay, that one based off 89, yeah, fine. That figure is the best. But I think as this is just a black suited Batman, it's got the metallic gold, which they never did again. It was only ever yellow. You know, after that, still is. They've never done metallic again, which I think is really sick. It added a darker tone to it, and it just... So, the first two figures I ever got, because these sets were long retired when I got into this, they were probably a year retired, maybe a few months, was probably, I want to say it was like Christmas of 2007, 2010 maybe, 2009, 2010. And for Christmas, I actually got, the first two of these figures I ever got was the Black Batman. And it was the Robin with the, not the other hair, the 2008 hair. So, the newer Robin they'd made. And those were my first two figures I ever got for Lego Batman. So, they're just kind of like, those are special. But that Black Batman is sweet. So,
there's a simplicity to them that I think I like. I can definitely see why people would like these more than the newer ones, because I think, like, there is something to be said about how, like, sometimes, like, the simplicity of, like, these figures look really good.
Yeah. Interesting fact, though, only 2 of these have leg printing.
Yeah.
One of them's loosely leg printing, if you can.
Yeah, he has waist printing.
He has waist printing, but Harley Quinn was the only one to get legitimate printing. Which is another great thing if you're trying to store these figures. You don't have to worry about them cracking in the legs, because all these legs are easy to replace. But, actually, no, that's not necessarily true. The hardest figure, there is a figure in here that is actually probably hard to replace the legs. The Scarecrow, I believe, is the old brown.
This has got those old brown cracking legs.
So, I have a Scarecrow figure. That figure is one of the scariest figures whenever I touch it, because it's, like, frail. Like, every one I've ever seen is frail. It's great condition, but, like, if I were to pull an arm off, it'd crack. It'd ruin the figure. 100%. Like, I know it would, because you can, when you're holding it. I think it's just a common thing. Do you have Scarecrow?
Do I have Scarecrow?
Yeah.
No.
I was going to say, because I was curious if you had one too you could compare, but yeah, no. Definitely.
I have a Jack Sparrow, though, and I know those legs are very brittle.
Did they still use Old Brown for those?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Jack Sparrow. Yeah. When I got the figure to like shipped to me, his leg was shattered. I had to get a replacement.
Oh wow,
Yeah, that's how brittle that old brown is.
that's crazy,
But
dude.
do we want to talk about some of the figures that are excluded from the some figures we could have gotten if this theme continued another year? Because there are some
So
missing characters in this.
yeah,
In
and
this
which we're gonna get to more in a minute. But notably, we did not get a Clayface.
Clayface, Man Bat, Killer Moth, um, Hush,
Mad Hatter.
Rule, Mad Hatter. Crazy enough, we still have not gotten a Hush or Mad Hatter. It's been over 10 years later, and we still have not gotten one of those. Even some other characters that weren't in like Lego Batman, for example. Like it would have been really cool if we got like a Hugo Strange, a Scarface, like a Deadshot, Deathstroke.
I know there's a lot of creators that have made like custom prints, custom 3D prints. Shout out to C Brinks on Instagram. He made a really good Clayface. I do have that in my collection. I know there's been other creators like Christo. He made some really good ones. So, listen,
It's
dude,
crazy
Lego.
to think about what we could have gotten though if this like theme continued like another year or two. Like what films we could have gotten.
No, I'm gonna believe. Don't know why this theme ended, but I think it was because the Dark Knight movies halted for a few years.
That could have been it, yeah.
And I think they wanted to coincide with the movies. I firmly believe, because the first one came out right after Batman Begins. They used the time to fill. And obviously there were some things that happened with the Dark Knight production that delayed that last movie. And I think they didn't want to risk it and make sets with a movie they didn't even know was going to come out. So, but yeah, definitely interesting to look back on. Obviously the theme came back in 2012 with the Dark Knight Rises, so... But yeah, the figures, man. The figures. Comment below your favorite figure, guys. Comment. Let us know any stories you want to tell with anything with these figures. So, but yeah, we got more to go, guys. Because for a lot of you, I think there's something here that I think a lot of you guys know. I think people who listen, they're Lego fans. People who aren't even huge fans of Lego know this next thing. So I think we're gonna play a short video here for you guys, because we're gonna get into the media of this thing. Because there was a lot. There was a lot of media. And this is where it's going to start to hit home. So,
Oh no! Oh my gosh! Who are you? I'm Batman.
for the Lego Batman theme, which is really neat. I never even seen that before. T-Man showed me that. TJ. Which is really cool. And you can kind of see the preliminary images. Like that's like a prototype Batman figure, kind of. I don't know, man. That was just really cool. That was really cool. But Lego Batman, the video game, man. So, I think for a lot of people, this is part of the big three. This is Lego Star Wars Complete Saga, Indiana Jones, and we got this.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of obviously it took the designs from the sets, and like TJ was saying before, we got characters in this that we never got in real figures, which is really cool. It almost makes you think: do you think Lego was going to make those at any point, and they used TT the designs?
I mean, I wonder. I mean, because every single like Lego video game has characters that we never have gotten.
That's true. That's true.
But I mean, if they did make those figures, I wouldn't be surprised if they. I mean, all the other figures look pretty accurate to the games, so I wouldn't be surprised if they looked a lot like the ones in the game if we got them.
Then again, all three of like the main characters we never really got, or like four of them, they had custom molds. So at the same time, you wonder probably not. Clayface would have had him in a whole mold, which they probably wouldn't have done.
Yeah, Man-Bat would have needed new. Pretty much, they all would have needed new pieces, to be honest.
Yeah.
The only one that like wouldn't have is if they made like a Commissioner Gordon figure, they wouldn't need a new piece.
You know, I'm shocked they didn't put him in Arkham Asylum. I still think about that.
Actually, I haven't gotten that look for Gordon ever. the
I
classic.
think we got one similar in
Lego Batman movie was the closest we got, but the other ones were
the
based
closer
off.
one was 2019.
Well, that was based off of the Burton one, Burton films, or not Burton. Sorry, Nolan. That was based off the Nolan movies.
It was, but
I'm talking about like a classic, like gray hair.
oh, I forgot this one has gray hair, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. So I don't even. What was this one based off of?
The one in this game,
Yeah.
probably like the animated series / like comics.
Yeah, it was definitely a mix. But yeah, sorry. We also had a trailer for this game, so we'll play it because I've seen this a lot. So this is really cool. We'll play this one.
Gotham City is falling to pieces. The choice is yours. Take on the criminal masterminds. Or become one. From the makers of Lego Star Wars and Lego Indiana Jones, it's good to be bad. Lego Batman, the video game.
Iconic.
I think a lot of you may have seen that. If you leave the game idle on the home screen, it does play that, I believe.
And I believe if you had Lego Indiana Jones,
Yes.
they had a trailer in the was it like the home screen, right? You could like play the trailer for the game.
Yeah, that was another thing, dude. Like, that trailer's better than half the movie trailers I see now. Like, that thing was sick.
Bro, it gets you hyped, dude.
It does. I want to go play this. I want to play the game after this. But yeah, here's some snapshots from the game. A few characters. I know Mad Bat is in there, but yeah, Killer Moth, Mad Hatter, Clayface, ones we were talking about.
That opening
Now, interesting fact though, the Clayface was referenced in the animated series set this year.
Yeah, it was pretty much that Clayface. Yeah.
I mean, it was pretty good. It was pretty similar.
Team Riddler, Team Joker, and Team Penguin are still iconic to.
They are, dude.
Think about that.
Everything about this game is like, this is the definitive Lego Batman. I know people say, yeah, Lego Batman 2, I think it's probably the best Lego Batman game, but this is the best for me.
I think this game has the ability to play as the villains was awesome.
Yeah.
We didn't get anything like that until Lego DC Super Villains, which was like 10 years after this game came out, pretty much.
This game, like, looks great, too, for the time. I mean,
yeah.
I know the complete saga has its issues with graphics. Indiana Jones is pretty polished at times, but sometimes it looks a little rough. I think this game looks great almost all the time. Dude, something about this game, dude. Like, they truly invented a story for this thing. They made a whole story for this. This is better than all the Snyder movies. And,
absolutely.
like, this thing was sweet, dude.
This is better than Dark Knight Rises. There's my hot take there.
The only criticism I have for this game is it probably could have had more characters. But, like, then again, dude, they had a lot for what it is. No media. I mean, the thing for Star Wars and Indiana Jones that I say is, like, yeah, you had movies to base them off of. They had characters to work off of. They quite literally had to make something up for this game and had to create character designs for characters that had never even been in movies or some of them like minimal episodes and shows. So, listen, guys, they nailed this. Obviously, I think the Two-Face is pretty mirroring of the animated series one. I know the face isn't blue, but it looks very close.
This game is kind of what made Killer Moth popular, to be honest.
Killer Moth has like a cult following. I've come to find out online, dude. Like, it's hilarious. I think
so. We when we were talking about the Batman sets, we talked about kind of the gothic, like, airy atmosphere that those sets kind of have in their like box art and stuff. And this game has that same sort of fun, but yet like creepiness and like gothicness that those sets have. Like, there's literally in the first level, there's literally like a chalk outline of like a dead body in the first level of this game.
They're just never gonna do that again, dude.
It has like that creepiness to it that I really like, while still being fun and like, yeah.
So this game also, there's no voice acting. The cutscenes are amazing. Hey, I encourage you guys to go on YouTube and just look up some of the cutscenes for this game.
I encourage you to play the game if you haven't.
Oh, dude, if you never played the game, you got to play the game.
If you haven't played the game, play it. I mean, it's.
I think most people have played this game, but I think the next thing we're going to show, a lot of people haven't. Which for me, the next portion, which we're going to show, is really good. I don't know if I have any more to say about this game. I think this game's iconic, though. It's part of that big three, peak era of TT games there, guys. Everything about it. Comment below your favorite level, or comment something about this game, guys, because this thing hits every time I see anything from it. It's some of the best iterations of these characters we've gotten in Lego form, like on display. The level designs, like TJ was saying, dude, like they're incredible. Some of them. I don't remember. The Poison Ivy level is always really cool. I thought that one was neat. I'm trying to think of another one. I'm trying to think. Oh, well, the final level's iconic. The cathedral. Yeah. I mean, that's sort of loosely based off 89.
If you like play this game, and you're on specifically the Harley Quinn level where you have to find Harley Quinn.
That level might be the best design.
Look around and look at the atmosphere and the setting. It's so airy. There's so many like, clown faces and everything, and then like the Mr. Freeze level has that big creepy snowman.
Yes.
At the front of it. Yeah, it's like.
No, dude. Like, oh my god, dude. Those levels were just. The Harley Quinn level might be the best level design in the game. It might be. It's up there. Okay, we'll get to the version of the game that I actually played more. Almost, I think I might have played it more just because it was mobile games before we had iPhones. It was on the Nintendo DS. I used to take this thing everywhere and play this game. Now, TJ, you've never played this game.
Nope.
This game arguably is better if you play. Listen, guys, I want to comment below what you guys think. Okay, yes, the Wii Xbox, that one is more polished. It's better looking. This game though has, I argue, better level designs. I think the colors in this game are beautiful, but it has levels that are not in the video game, which the video game has levels that aren't in this version either. The level that is my favorite level in this game, and people can, TJ, look this up on YouTube if you haven't already, if you've never seen this before. But there is a level in this game that is absolutely criminal we did not get in the main game. It is technically in the game, but not to the same extent. The Scarecrow level in this game. Have you ever seen it?
I have not.
Oh, dude. So, it's similar to the villain mission with the art gallery. However, it's not to the same extent. Like, it is... You are Batman and Robin. The Scarecrow level is you're Batman and Robin, because it cuts out the Killer Moth level. You don't play the Killer Moth level. You play the Scarecrow level. It's the second to last. And I think that level would have been better than the Killer Moth level.
Are we talking about the villain level, or the,
This is in the DS game. In the DS game. They basically do that, but in the DS game, and you're Batman and Robin, you fight Scarecrow.
Oh, that's cool.
In the art gallery. But the best part is he shoots chemicals, and, like, everything gets dizzy on the screen, dude. I just remember that freaking me out as a kid. Like, you have to look this up. It's one of the coolest levels in any Lego game I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah, something else, too. We should probably mention is there are secret characters in this game.
Yes, there were characters that weren't in the video game, I believe, in the main game.
Yeah, and then you could get them on the character customizer. You can make them.
Yes.
The Huntress, the Spoiler, Black Mask, and I believe, is there any other ones? I think it's...
So you had, Ventriloquist.
I'm talking about the main game, the console game.
Oh, you're talking about the main game?
Yeah, there's, like, secret characters you can make through the customizer. You can make...
Oh, yeah, I know. And, well, so a lot of those characters in the DS version, were they had this thing called Villain Hunt, where you have to. It were little missions to find villains that weren't in the main story, and you'd play through levels to find the villains in the mission. You had to find them. It was one of the most fun things you could do. It had Black Mask.
They had Zaz, which is interesting
Yes.
because like Zaz is a pretty. We have never gotten Zaz in any form in any other video games except this one, because Zaz is kind of a really messed up Batman villain.
They had
But
Hush.
It's just really funny. I think they put him in this game.
Yeah.
Hush.
So, yeah, no, this is definitely just this video game. I think hit home for a lot of people. People who don't even collect Lego nowadays, dude. Like, people know this game for what it is. So. But yeah, I mean, did you have anything else you want to talk about the video game? I think that was kind of it.
We kind of covered most of it.
Well, so this video game did get a toy line at McDonald's. These are iconic, dude. These are truly iconic.
Do you have any of these? I had one. No,
I have to find them. So when I was a kid, I wanted the figures. I wanted them. Like I could. They were so expensive, dude. I wanted them. So I ended up getting the McDonald's guys for a bit. I have the Robin. I think I have all the figures, and I have the Batmobile. I know that because I actually got the Batmobile when it was at McDonald's. I know I had that Joker too. I had the Bat. Yeah, I had all. I think I had all of them except I didn't have a lot of the vehicles. I don't think, but the fact that this was made boggles my mind, dude. Like. This is crazy that this was made.
Dude, where you spent the time with the video game, right?
What?
Where you spent the time with the video game?
Yeah, it's on the promotional image.
No, that's
video game.
That's sorry, I'm just looking at I'm looking them up at eBay to see how much they are.
I think they're like worthless. I don't think they're
the Batmobile's $20.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah. Oh, you could buy the entire set for $65.
Yeah, okay. That's more. Are these on Brooklink, bro? That's actually a funny ass
I'm looking
thing.
on eBay. No, I'm looking on eBay.
I know. Do they have them on Brooklink though?
Oh no.
I'm looking right now, dude. I gotta know. I don't think so. They just aren't really considered
Bro, someone's selling the entire set for $25.
You should pick it up, dude.
Might.
No, this is awesome, bro. Sorry, I was looking at some. No, dude, these are listen, bro, these are just great. I just think these are just iconic. I think a lot of people remember these as a kid. I've seen so many like nostalgic TikToks where it's like toys from McDonald's when you were a kid. And these are always on there. Like, a lot of people, I think, remember these. Yeah. So if you don't know, a lot of these had, like, motions. Obviously, I think the Mr. Freeze one shot the freeze blast. The Batman one actually twists at the waist, and the Batarang launches.
Hey, you know what's kind of sad about this, though? There is more diversity in this McDonald's toy line than there are modern Batman sets in terms of what's being made.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's more variety in terms of what you can
We haven't gotten Robin since 2019, I believe. Maybe 2020? I think it was 2020, actually.
Yeah.
2020, yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, these are iconic. There was actually a promotional video I'd never seen in my life that TJ showed me, so I'll play it. And all the videos we're playing today will be credited. We'll give you guys credit.
Stop McNugget!
Ladies and gentlemen, Stunt McNugget will now attempt to jump a record 7 out. Good thing he's boneless.
Second half of this.
Defending Gotham City never tasted so good. I can get an awesome toy based on the Lego Batman video game in every McDonald's has.
You said what?
I didn't even know that existed.
I'd never seen that in my life. I think what we're gonna do now is just go over some ads. So listen, guys. As a kid, there were a lot of commercials that I was always see on YouTube. There were so many things for these sets and games, and the thing I think this next thing, it hit so hard, dude. Like every time I watch this, it's just iconic. I think a lot of people are gonna agree, so I'll play it.
The Joker is out to destroy Gotham City. You can strike back with a new Lego Batwing. Take control, open the wings, load the weapons, and hunt down the Joker. Now it's up to you to stop the maniacal laughter and win the battle. You control the action with a new Lego Batman collection.
So I think what's interesting about that is the gate is straight out of animated series. I think I just noticed that.
No, I used to watch these on repeat, dude.
I did. I used to watch these on repeat, bro. It's crazy.
They were so awesome.
It's actually like crazy watching these. Like that just doesn't. They don't exist. It gives me vibes that these were sort of. I mean, these would have been 2006. This is pre-Lego Batman the video game, so like the animation, a lot of it, like you can see, it's like I don't know, man. It's just some of that that's so cool, you know. So they don't do that anymore. They won't make something like that because it's a work of art, man. It's a work of art. But yeah, no. But I think for a lot of people, comment below, guys, if you ever watch those. I think we have one more here. I think this is like him catching the Joker, so I'll play it real quick.
I love how his face just stays the same the entire time. That's amazing.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Oh no, it's just the Joker. His like face just stays the same. Like his smile.
I know, bro. It's so funny, bro. There's also a Two-Face one. I won't play it if you don't want. It's up to you if you want me to play it.
No, we don't want to play it.
Yeah, okay.
So
Yeah, they're like similar.
The viewers can watch it at home if they feel inclined.
Yeah. So those were iconic. Speaking of iconic, though, We
Yeah,
could not make this video without mentioning Forest Fire 101, dude.
it would not be a proper retrospective without mentioning him. His
wouldn't,
videos,
dude.
I think, made a lot of people's childhoods. It's
So-
crazy because some of the comedy is so edgy. I did not. It just.
Dude, looking back at some of this stuff, it went right over my head, bro.
Yeah, I recommend everyone. If you're an adult, if you're a kid, I'd say don't watch them. If you're an adult, watch Forest Fire films. Go check them out. Those videos are hilarious.
I hope that everyone who watches that video, that watches this video right now, and like relates to what we've been talking about, I really hope you experienced watching these, because, dude, like, these were some of the most iconic things.
The
dude.
Batman.
Like, bro, there are things in these that I reference to this day. Like, I think a lot of people know about what, this man, dude. He's still making stuff too. So
Yeah,
make sure
and
to check him out, dude. We're
What I
linking
love
him.
about his current stuff is the animation's gone up, but like the type of jokes and stuff have stayed the same, which I
I
actually
know.
really like.
And I think the thing I will say about the old stuff, it has a charm to it, dude. Like,
Yeah,
people will see these figures and think of this. Like,
I
this
think
is
a lot of
definitely
old Lego stop motions had when the time comes that we do a Star Wars retrospective, even like the old Star Wars animations, like stop motion,
Yes.
has a charm to them.
And there's a clip that I'll have to bring up that I'm thinking of right now. We'll get into that, but yeah, guys, that'll probably be the next retrospective we do will be Star Wars. We're gonna go through all the years of Star Wars probably. Of course, if this video does well, hopefully it does. No, but Forest Fire, man. Listen, I don't know if you'll ever watch this, but dude, your stuff was great, man. You did a great job. So
It was iconic.
It's truly iconic. I think people who aren't even into Lego anymore know what this is. I think, and dude, as a kid, dude, like, some of these jokes are crazy, and I didn't understand half of them. But like,
These videos are still kind of funny. I still watch them.
dude, it's crazy, dude. It's hilarious. But yeah, guys, that was what we got today. That was the Lego Batman retrospective by Brooks FM, 2006, 2008, guys. And what I'll say, as a closing statement, going into this, guys, this is a theme that will never be replicated to this extent, and it truly shows where Lego is with DC and Batman now. Like, it's just crazy looking back, It's
Yeah,
crazy.
if anything, this video makes you really appreciate, I hope you come out of this video appreciating the older Lego Batman stuff, because it's really good. It's really fun. It has so much like fun to it.
It does. His character.
Yeah, it feels like it feels like it's ripped out of a comic book. These from the game to the sets to pretty much everything. It's like so comic booky, but has that what encapsulates Batman, which is that gothic like atmosphere and dark atmosphere, while still being fun for kids. It's so much about it I really like.
Yeah, and there were things we didn't add in. Like, there were Lego magazines at the time. There was a comic, but like, I truly think we covered like everything media wise and sets. Another thing to note: there were no poly bags for this theme. There were no.
Yeah.
There was pretty much nothing other than the sets. Obviously, there was the Comic-Con stuff, but yeah, guys. I mean, that's it, man. Hey, listen. I hope you guys like this video. Like I said, we're probably gonna do more like this, more Star Wars stuff, because these are just like these are an era to. This was an era to live in with these sets, and I didn't experience them as they came out, but even later on, I've grown to appreciate them. And
I didn't experience having the sets, but I certainly experienced the atmosphere.
yes, that's correct. Like, I'm looking at my wall. I literally have a case for them on my wall. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and
I
comment
hope so.
below anything you want to comment on anything you just watched. That's what
Yeah,
I'll say.
I hope eventually Lego gets close to making some of the Batman stuff as like fun as it was back
Yeah,
then.
and I hope Lego watches this video and says, "Man,
Yeah. Lego,
we
if
need
you're
to go
watching this
back.
video, make an Arkham Asylum, please. It's based off the animated series, and make it
make the villains look scary, bro.
make the villains, make them,
Make them look scary." So that's what I'll say. That's all I got to say. Do you have anything else you want to say?
No, I did Lego Batman. The early Lego Batman sets were goated. That's all I got.
They were. Anyway, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. We got more coming out every week. And, hey, we hope you guys will see you in the next video. Like I said, we're probably going to do a Star Wars video for this. I'd love to do an Indiana Jones one, considering there wasn't too many of those.
Lego Spider-Man would be fun.
We could do that. Yeah, comment below what you guys want to see.
What you want, because there's plenty of stuff to do. There is.
Oh, dude. There's going to be a lot of cool ones we're going to be able to do. And of course, we'll do our normal things. I know we're going to, you know, there are any movies that come out, but yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one.
I'm Batman.